Hey y'all, Kayla with Tactical Response. Here for just another Medical Monday. Woo! It's a little bit of a hard topic to discuss because I'm speaking from a place of understanding. Something that I've been through, something that is difficult to do, but something that is necessary to do. And that is letting our loved ones die peacefully. When somebody gets a terminal illness, or somebody gets an illness that will eventually cause them to die, like they might not die from it like right now, but eventually, like COPD or diabetes, stuff like that, at a certain point in that person's life, they're going to have to make the decision to stop treatment. And it is very difficult as a family member of the person with the terminal illness to be okay with that when you don't know what that person is going through. Like, it's a hard thing to do to say no thank you when you feel like something could make that person better. So the question that I want you to pose to yourself and to your loved ones, if it's you that has the terminal illness, is quality. What kind of quality of life am I going to have if I do this? My nana, she got cancer when I was a little girl. She beat it 5 times, and the 6th time she actually passed. But the cancer isn't what killed her, it was the chemo. And I was still 16, 18 years old when she passed. And it was I was telling my family then, like, stop asking her to get treatment. But everybody else kept pushing for it because they wanted to keep her around longer. And it was very hard watching my nana that I'd grown up with taking care of me, do all of these things, slowly just fade away in front of me. And she died when from the stuff dealing with the chemo, from all the side effects of that. That's what actually killed her. Malnutrition. She was under 90 pounds when she passed. And like I said, it was a very difficult road to walk because she had confided in me a couple of times that she didn't want to do it anymore. She was only doing it for everyone else. And it's selfish. It is selfish to ask that person to continue to suffer so you can get some extra time with them. Spend the time with them now when they're healthy. Don't wait until a person is sick and dying and then ask them to hold on for you. And so that was a situation where we didn't let her die peacefully. She suffered until the very end. And we did every single thing that we could to try to battle that cancer. And it was nothing but poor quality of life and pain. She was very, very sick and very, very uncomfortable. And then my dad had ALS. And we sat down as soon as we got the diagnosis, and he had put me as his healthcare POA so that we could make those decisions together. And he knew how important quality of life was to me. He knew that I could put aside the selfishness of wanting him around to make sure that he had the best quality of life available to him in the moment. And when we were going to Jackson to get fitted for the BiPAP, he didn't get to use it. We won't go into the whys, but the lady looked at me like, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you trying to talk him into doing more for this? And I told her, I was just like, I'm his advocate, not his decision maker. All of the decisions that I'm making are ones that he and I discussed, and they're what he wants. It's not my job or my responsibility to talk him into suffering longer so I get more time with him. It is my job to make sure that his needs are protected. He is protected and doesn't have to suffer any longer than necessary. And I can tell you, I still feel bad about the way that we handled my Nana's cancer. I do not regret 1 second of saying no to any of the providers that were pushing to try to do more with the ALS stuff with my dad. He was suffering. It was torture for him to breathe, for him to just be alive. When he was presented with a medication to take, they asked him, like, do you want to try this medicine? And he said, what will it do? They said, it'll extend your life by about 3 to 6 months. And he said, why would I want to make the worst 3 months of my life the worst 6 months of my life? And again, it's hard to not be selfish. It's hard to not to want that time with them. But when you truly love somebody, you want what's best for that person. So that's what we did. We said no to the medicine. We said no to all the stuff that interfered. The cough assist, it didn't work for him. It made him feel like he was being suffocated. And I wasn't asking him to do that for me. It's not worth seeing him go through all that for me. And I don't think it is for you either. So talk with your loved ones and let them die peacefully. At some point, go back to the video that Dana and I did about the advanced directives, the DNRs, all of that. Get that stuff worked out now. But let your loved ones die peacefully. Let them go out in the way that they want to. Don't make them fight a losing battle. Like, it is a very near and dear topic to my heart because I have experienced it with more than one family member. And I'm telling you guys, you will be kicking yourself later if you make a person fight and fight a disease that they can't win against. It makes them feel like a failure. Instead, shift the focus. Fight to live the best life you can live while you're still here. Start making those changes now. And remember, guys, your responsibility to be ready for the fight never ends.